What is this? Make an MMORPG from scratch? What? You can't. You can't just make an MMORPG from scratch. No. Haven't you heard? Josh Strife Hayes says you need a team and $1 bajillion and years and stuff. You can't just make an MMO and then ship alpha builds every week starting today. You can't do that. Ooh, I died. Hang on. What? Whoa. Okay, what do I got? I got Firebolt. Yeah, I got Magic Missile. Okay, that shoots 3 little things. And then you've got Fireball. Don't do that near the wizards or they will aggro you and destroy you. Hey everybody, I'm Chris, and I am making an MMORPG from scratch because I want to. This that you're seeing here is the first alpha build. You can play it now on the web at this link or the desktop build. You have to build from source. Instructions are in the link you'll find below. And yeah, it's not multiplayer yet, but just got some basics. You can walk around. You can look around, mouse look, kind of aim around. 3 spells. This is based on the Dungeons & Dragons 5, version 5, the SRD. So it's like all the spells and stuff from D&D, like what Wizards lets you use without infringing on their IP and stuff. So this is supposed to be level appropriate, starting out with a cantrip, Firebolt, and level 1 spell, Magic Missile, and then I just added Fireball because I wanted to. That's like level 6 or something. So here's a little scene here, just to kind of test out some combat. I got a boss mob that's supposed to be a Death Knight. And so why are we doing this? Let's step through my little blog post here a little bit. Little dramatic reading here. So I'm Chris. I'm a developer and kind of an entrepreneur. For years, I've wanted to make an MMORPG, mainly to recapture the old school fun I had playing early EverQuest, EQ2, and Vanguard in the early 2000s. Previously, I hesitated to start a project because that list of things you supposedly need to make an MMO, this is a great video from Josh Strife Hayes, by the way, 4 years old now and maybe super accurate back then, but I just think that times have changed. So until now, having spent 2 years building an AI startup in public, see my Open Agent series of 180 plus videos right there. New tech, AI stuff, AI agents can empower indie devs to do way more with less. How far can we push that? Let's put all this to the ultimate test. Can I, as a solo developer, aided by contributions from whomever wants to help, build an old school fantasy MMORPG from scratch in a game engine also built from scratch in Rust and shipping alpha builds weekly every Wednesday starting today? Maybe that's crazy or impossible or both, and hopefully this will at least be entertaining for you. And also educational, because we're going to document all of this in videos and put code all online, all open source. Open Agents Inc. / Ruins of Atlantis. Here's all the code, as well as the instructions on how to build it locally. Okay, the game is called Ruins of Atlantis, as you can see at ruinsofatlantis.com. Okay, it has 3 defining characteristics. It's a classic fantasy MMORPG, aiming for the challenge and community feel of early 2000s EverQuest. Spells, abilities, mobs, and most core game mechanics will be based on the Dungeons & Dragons 5e SRD, paired with DM, Dungeon Master, creator features inspired by Neverwinter Nights. So letting people kind of create their own little scenarios that other people can join. I want to add that. And then the world will be partly player-driven, with editable terrain and craftable and destructible buildings and cities, kind of like what EverQuest Next tried to do. So they have this like demo video. This got canceled, I don't know, like a decade ago now. But they just had this example of some huge dude walking, like knocking over a bunch of trees, and then, wait for it, do it. Well, they obscured most of it. But yeah, so all those things are like mini voxels, and they like explode from physics or whatever. And then they gave up because it was too hard or something. I don't know. But I think we can do that ourselves. So we have a game design document kind of showing all of our thinking about classes and lore and mechanics and, generally the SRD, which has 300 pages of goodness. That's also in here somewhere. So docs, you can look through all this. This is going to be like heavily changing, and some of it may be comprehensible or not. But there's a PDF with like all of the like stuff we can legally use from D&D, 300 pages long. So basically, the idea is we implement all of this, making some adaptations to MMO. Like, we'll probably switch up the rest system to add mana instead of, like, letting you only use 3 spells at a time. But those are the kinds of things that I'm hoping to get community feedback on as we make decisions as we go. Okay, so how to play now. So no years-long waits. Props to the pre-release MMOs that have spent years and years and years and years and years in development. But I want to get stuff shipped every single week and aim for a full release maybe next year. So eventually we'll ship desktop builds to Steam or similar, but for now you have 2 options to play. You can use the web version at ruinsofatlantis.com/play. That will always have the most recent version. That requires your browser to support web GPU, and there's some systems that don't support that yet. And then you can always build it from the source. And we've got instructions on how to do that in the README there. And if you have any problems with that, you can shoot us a DM or something, and we'll figure it out. Okay, so this very first build, version 0.0.1, has no multiplayer, but does let you control a wizard and cast 3 spells: Firebolt, Magic Missile, and Fireball, at an invading horde of zombies and 1 Death Knight. Be careful not to damage your fellow wizards. Let's just demonstrate what happens if you attack your fellow wizards. But beware, the Fireball has a pretty large AoE, and the particle effect doesn't really do its justice. So if I attack a wizard, then they all turn to you and destroy you. I'll be curious to see how many of you can actually have the final mob defeated with some of your wizards still standing. Maybe you should tweet at us that. And we'll give you a reward maybe. Okay, so follow along with these links. We got the website. There's the GitHub. Patreon, that's where we're going to be posting blogs and stuff. And then we're going to also have some cool subscriber, patron-only content. We'll post kind of some shit posting and shit talking and occasional screenshots on our X account. And then YouTube will be longer form stuff like this. But generally, we want, if you're just following one place, follow the Patreon, because that's where we'll post the updates. Okay, so we're going to share a bunch of free info around here and there. We'll have some extra behind-the-scenes content and community discussion available to our patrons. Plans start at $5 a month. Our first patrons can also request spells and classes they want to see prioritized in our short-term roadmap. So I'm building out the wizard first. I don't really have any strong opinions about what class we build out next. There's a lot of spells, a lot of abilities, and just need to kind of use some discretion about what to build in what order. But I'm able to add spells and stuff rather quickly. If there's something that you as a patron really want to see, you have a favorite spell from D&D that you really want to see, I'm happy to add that sooner than later. Please feel free to comment on our posts with any questions, insults, stories, rants, feature requests, or anything else. Thanks for reading, and we will see you in Atlantis. Stay tuned.